Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here hanging on the couch for another incredible episode. And I got my friend, the super producer behind Scare Don't Fear and Lopside, my man Larry Ohh. So make some noise for him real quick. Hey, welcome to the couch.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
How you feel about it?
I feel great, man. It's great. It's great vibes. It's a comfy couch.
Comfy couch, huh?
It is. It's kind of just sunk right into it. It's nice.
That's one of the biggest pieces of feedback we get. Like,
It's
this
nice.
couch is comfortable.
If you're gonna call it on the couch, I guess it's gotta be a good couch, right?
That was critical when we were shopping.
This is a good couch. It's a good couch, man.
It's gotta be soft, gotta be comfortable,
Yep.
and they gotta last.
Yep.
I mean, this couch is it's endured.
Some couches you sit on, you're like, oh man, I just can't.
I want to get up.
Yeah, you don't want to sit in the couch, but
I was worried about that with our first couple episodes because, like, after we finished the interview, the guests would just be like, "All right, I'm out of here." And we'd be like, wait, sit down. We gotta wait for the camera to get the rest of it. It's like, damn, is the couch uncomfortable? Like, you just want to get up that quick?
off the couch.
Off the couch. Yo, so for the people at home who don't know more about you and what you do behind the scenes with Scare Don't Fear and Lopside, go ahead and tell them a little bit about those projects and what you do.
Last 10 years I've been in a hip hop metal band called Scare Don't Fear. Basically, I started off playing drums alongside with really doing a lot of the production side of things, like coming up with drum patterns and doing demos, and then it kind of evolved into more like the recording aspect of stuff when we didn't really have the means to go to other studios. So I just kind of took on that role and just basically was the drummer / producer of the band. And then from there I met, years ahead I met Piffin, and we formed this group called Lopside around this time last year, a little bit before. He does all the vocals and I do all the production, basically, keep it simple like that. But it's been great, man. Just all I do is music. That's all I do. I just produce music, man.
That's a tagline right
music
there.
Producer.
It's a sick tagline. All I do is music.
All I do, all I want to do is
you can't
music.
tell me just do it, because I do music.
Yeah.
That's dope. Now, you said that Scare Don't Fear, 10 years in the making.
Just about, yeah. I think
about 10 years.
Yep.
How did that come about? How did you get involved?
Basically, the two guys that really that I've known forever, even before Scare Don't Fear started, was Chris Jungles. I don't know if you know him, and my other friend Frankie. I've known them since I was probably 15 years old, and then around 2007, 2008, Frankie and the guitar player at the time was Joe started this band, and they were calling it Scare Don't Fear, and it was just them two doing vocals over beats, and they were like, we want to take this thing to the next level. So they were like, Larry, you want to play drums? I was like, I don't know how to play drums. I don't know how to play drums. So they're like, we'll just learn. Well, because Frankie played drums.
I don't know how to play drums. We'll just learn.
Just learn. So I feel like it was so long ago, that's how it went down. But that's kind of the gist of it. He left his drum kit at my house, and I just sat down, and I just probably sat there for weeks on end, months on end, and just learned how to play drums. I had already been making beats for a long time before that, so I kind of got the concept of holding a rhythm and what a 4 count is and whatnot. So from there, we got in contact again with Chris Jungles, which I went to high school with. He came by, and he just one day it was an organic thing, at a party, and he just started rapping over our beats. I was playing drums, this kid Joe was playing guitar, Frankie was on vocals, screaming and singing and stuff, and Jungles just picked up a mic and started rapping. And from there on, we just felt like we needed to take it to another level, and we've been doing that ever since. You know what I mean? Just kind of gradually progressing from there. With our sound, with our life. If it feels right, do it. Yeah, man. And it's felt right,
That's awesome. Right. That's pretty dope. So you literally just jumped behind a drum set and was like, well,
kinda. I feel like that's how it went. Yeah. I feel like I was I picked a couple of songs to just play to. One song that I specifically remember is what was it called? It was Fabulous. That 1 and a 2, 2.
Oh, yep.
Remember that song?
Yeah. Great song.
That because it had one of those live drum vibes to it, so I just sat down and I just played that song probably 30 times in a row until I got it to where I felt like I was kind of comfortable playing, and I feel like that's how I learned a lot of stuff. It was just playing to real tracks, just sitting down and playing.
There you go, kids. So if you're sitting at home and you want to learn how to drum, just get yourself a drum set and sit down and play the real tracks.
Yeah, just that. A lot of people said that they've learned that way too, just like either with a pair of headphones or just blasting it in the room or something.
Yeah, that's similar to how I started. Like I didn't have a drum teacher. I'm not a drummer by any means, especially not when sitting next to somebody like you.
I'm not having.
Like, I can play a little something, but not much. But yeah, I just kind of picked it up and was like, well, I mean, it's a pattern, so eventually I have to learn this pattern. Mm-hmm. There's no way I can mess this up.
Yep.
And that's what I did. So how did you go from Scare Don't Fear, which is quite a successful band in my opinion? Because I mean, I heard about Scare Don't Fear about a year ago, based on the merchandise. Like it was the hat, the San Diego Padres looking hat. Yep. And I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, we get that a lot.
I'm a huge baseball
San
fan.
Francisco.
So like, what is this nonsense?
Yeah, San Francisco and San Diego. We get that a lot. Yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, cool. So then at that moment, I was like, you know what? Let me look into these guys a little bit more and figure out exactly what this hat represents. And I was like, all right, cool. I can dig this. Like a little hip hop metal. This is pretty interesting. A nice little crossbreed. It was like the evolution of Linkin Park.
Yeah, we get that a lot too. We get that a lot.
So how'd you end up linking up with Piffin and starting Lopside?
Probably about I met Piffin about 4 or 5 years ago through Frankie, which is the screamer in the band, another founding member of Scare Don't Fear. And he would book Piffin. He was a promoter too, Frankie. He hasn't been doing it too much anymore, but he was promoting a lot of hip hop shows a few years back and was booking Piffin a lot. And then I don't really know how it happened. He got invited to the studio. Like we have a studio in Providence, and the vibes were cool, man. He just came by and we were chilling. And I guess at one point he was like, "Oh, I need some studio time, man. Like, can I get some studio time?" Started just kind of like was a client of mine, I guess, in a way, And he was booking studio time with me, and then I just really vibed with his stuff, like really connected with his music, and thought that like I think we'd make a great team together. And maybe not until like a year or two ago, I was like, let's make this thing work. Like I feel like we can really like sit down and create a project that's just dope on a different level, like genre splitting kind of stuff like Scared Don't Fear does, like with the hip hop metal. Yeah. So I just pretty much.
So would you still consider yourself, or have you ever considered yourself a producer or engineer for hire? So like if somebody wanted to work with Larry Ohh, are you exclusive to the Lopside and Scare Don't Fear projects you're working on, or are you open to the idea of working with other people?
Yeah, I'm open. I'm open to working with new people. Basically how I started everything is doing like sessions by the hour and stuff like that. So I am still open to working with a lot of new clients. I have my projects where I'm like invested in time and everything into like Lopside, like Scare Don't Fear, you know what I mean? Those are like real special projects to me, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But I am still open to working like with a lot of different artists, whether it's like production wise or studio time or just mixing and whatever. I'm down to work.
How would somebody get in touch with you if they wanted to do that?
You can literally just search Larry Ohh with 2 H's on anything and you can find me. LARRYOHH on practically everything and you'll be able to find me.
Word, that sounds fantastic, dude. That's amazing. So I know that your partner in crime wasn't able to make it, but what song are you going to be performing for us tonight?
I'm gonna be performing Elevated. I'll be doing the like the drum and the beat side of things on Elevated.
This is gonna be interesting because it'll be the first time that we have somebody come on the show who's doing just like live instruments,
like just beats.
Yeah,
wow.
Like usually we've had a couple people who come on and they do an acapella,
yep.
So like they perform without a vocal. We've had somebody come on and play an acoustic while singing, but like you're gonna be the first person who just comes on and just like lays down an instrumental track.
I'm glad to be the first. That's dope.
Pretty dope. So like, what inspired this song? Strong.
I guess marijuana a little bit. Marijuana and heavy bass. You know what I mean? The song's called Elevated. I guess on the lyric side of things, Piffin was inspired by, you know what I mean, his love for marijuana. On my side of things, I'm inspired by just like good music and heavy bass and heavy drums and like a lot of dynamic in a song, It kind of came together, man, pretty fast. It was weird how it came together, but
Dope. Well, I'm excited to hear it. I know
Thanks.
the audience is going to be excited to hear it. So one more time, make some noise for my man Larry Ohh. And stick around for, like I just said, our first instrumental performer. This is going to be sick.